You were in Silicon Valley for 30 years. Why on earth would you leave to go to San Antonio, Texas?
When I'm feeling down, I can't win. Pour a strong cup of coffee and I tune in. I'm waking on up to Java with Jim. I know my best day can begin. Yeah.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome again to another exciting episode of Java with the Jims. My name is Jim Meyer, broker associate at Remax Gold. Now you have a friend in the real estate business. I'm here with my good friend Bill Ross, who moved from California to Texas. And Bill, thank you very much for stopping by this morning. Do you usually get up this early to talk to people on Zoom?
I, because when I was living in California, I tended to work for companies all over the world. My day typically started at 4 a.m. when I was living in California. So early morning is not an issue for me.
Okay,
late at night is a difficult one.
Not going to happen then, huh? But okay, cool. So let me ask you probably a very, very important question that everybody wants to know. You were in Silicon Valley for 30 years. Why on earth would you leave to go to San Antonio, Texas?
Well, that's a good question. Um, you know, when I moved to California in 1990, I thought that I was done, that's where I was going to stay. And, I did the whole high tech thing, startups, tried my own startups, worked for big companies, small companies. And, it was, probably after the turn of the century that the whole cultural climate rather than the weather climate started changing in California, and the cost of living, the taxes, the crime, the ridiculous homelessness, and frankly, the intolerant wokeness. I mean, didn't um, if you didn't fit in with the accepted belief systems, you didn't fit in, and we stayed because of the schools. I had a son in middle school and a son in high school, and our intent was to stay until my younger son graduated from high school. But COVID it just uncovered all the warts. In theory, Los Gatos, where I live, had one of the best school systems in the state, and they couldn't even take attendance. My wife and I would spend hours on the phone arguing with them every week. No, they were in class. But I think the straw that broke the camel's back was when we found out that my younger son's Spanish teacher was encouraging the students to use Google Translate. And that put my wife and I over the top. And that was in January of 21. We said, that's it. We were going to stay another 4 years for my younger son. But, that February, we started getting the house ready. We put it on the market. We sold and we left. And it wasn't an easy decision. The weather, the mountains, the beaches. We walked the dogs on the beach every weekend. But at some point, the costs are out of balance with the value, and we had it and we left.
Well, you know what? Tomorrow, will you come back and we're going to ask about what your biggest surprise was when you moved to Texas?
I'd be happy to. Just send me the link and I'll click on again.
Okay, cool. All right. See you tomorrow.